All right, we got some news coming out of boxing, and shout out to the Boxing Voice. I seen they posted it, but make sure I subscribe to their platform. But they're saying that Netflix wants to do a partnership with Supreme Leader of Boxing Turki Al-Sheikh and do a fight deal, which would be Canelo and Crawford and Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Now, people are speculating it's going to be on DAZN with Canelo and Crawford. It's going to probably be Crawford's last fight. It's going to be a mega fight. It's going to be in September, I believe, around Mexican Independence Day. And Joshua and Fury, people have been trying to see that fight for years. At one point, both of them were two of the top boxers outside of Deontay Wilder in the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua had 3 out of the 4 belts. Tyson Fury's had all the belts at one point, and it didn't make any sense. These guys should have fought years ago, but nonetheless, Netflix is potentially trying to get into the deal. Now, Netflix's last fight was between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, which was actually counted towards a real fight. And as much as 60 million people watched that fight. So let me say this right. Salute to Terence Crawford. You know, he's emerged. I remember everybody was talking about he's a small guy, and and people at 147 didn't want to give him a fight. The PBC act like he didn't exist, and now he's the creme de la creme of boxing. Honestly, he got the best resume right now. And salute to Anthony Joshua. Salute to him as well. I know it's a lot of things I don't like what happened in his career, especially the whole Wilder saga. Us boxing fans was robbed of that, but you want to see a brother get his money. And Canelo with Tyson Fury as well. Get your money right. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if this is going to be Netflix pay-per-view, because this is my fear. And I said this. I know that they're going to try to get into boxing. People think it's going to be sweet, right? Remember the NFL got the games now on there, and you hear rumors that they're going to end up buying, I think it's Fox's rights or CBS, one of them, Netflix, to put NFL games on there. They're trying to get into the fight game. They didn't bid it on the NBA. They got WWE on there, but they got to make this money up somewhere. So what they're going to do is either they're going to raise the price. It's already $24.99 for the one I got. They're either going to move it up a couple of more dollars, or don't be surprised if it's Netflix pay-per-view for Canelo versus Crawford. Now, maybe I'm wrong. And they just want to have it on there to try to get maybe the PBC on there eventually, or TKO on there or whatever, even though Turkey owns 10% of DAZN. That might happen, but don't be surprised if they have a Netflix pay-per-view. And if they do, and if it's Canelo versus Crawford, I'm going to support it. And Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, I'm sure, I don't think it'll be on the same card, but if it did, wow, that would be a mega showdown. And it's just crazy, right, that for years, right, we were robbed. I would say between 2008 until last year, 2023-ish, we were robbed of all the fights that we wanted to see. It was too many politics, and I'm on this side of the street, and HBO and Showtime didn't want to work together, and ESPN and Showtime, or ESPN HBO goes out of business, Showtime goes out of business. Each company has their own independent way of only fighting in-house fighters. The WBO was basically a top-ranked belt, and you got one guy who comes in from the Middle East with all that oil money, and you see all the fights you want to see. The only person who's really on the outside looking in is Gervonta Tank Davis. And I know, a lot of y'all, you hating on Gervonta. No, I'm just saying, he's the only one. Other side of everybody else is making the fights we want to see. So yeah, I can totally see why Netflix is going to try to get down with Supreme Leader Turkey, because that's where the money is going, at least at this moment. But don't be surprised, y'all, if the fans end up getting squeezed in the long run. But I didn't want to get my quick thoughts about it. How do y'all feel about it? Do y'all think that Netflix will try to put a pay-per-view? Because think about it, right? Remember when PBC went to Amazon, and everybody was like, oh, Amazon this, Amazon that. Then they got Amazon pay-per-view. And the same thing with DAZN. Everybody like, oh yeah, the fight's gonna be free on DAZN. Why should you pay for pay-per-view fights? And then they came out with DAZN pay-per-view. So what makes y'all think that Netflix not gonna come out with that? But maybe it's me, you know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think.